What's up, everybody? This is Jack, aka Small Town Alien. That's the name I gave myself because I thought it sounded kind of marketable. Anyway, I felt like speaking from my heart for the next hour or so. I played a guitar track in the morning that was about an hour and 40 minutes long. So I thought, why not just talk over it and try and speak as honestly and as candidly as I can. This could be something that you listen to while you go to sleep if you're the type of person that needs stimulation before you go to bed. I personally like silence when I go to sleep, but everybody's different. And I'm not gonna try and pressure myself to sound witty or interesting, which is what I do a lot of the time when I'm talking in public. I feel a pressure to speak well and speak clearly and be entertaining in some way, but I'm gonna fucking forget all that right now and just be who I am, sitting in my studio, aka my mum and dad's house. And my business is pretty shit at the moment. I have about $1,300 in my bank account, which is still something, which is great, but it's been steadily declining ever since I quit my last quote-unquote real job at Mushroom Marketing in 2013. That was a pretty stressful job because I didn't really like the job and I wasn't really suited to the job. It was a job in a marketing department of a music company. So it was the admin side of music. And I was 21 and I didn't know much about myself or the world. I still don't really. I'm 27 now. It's only been 6 years, but I'm talking like it was decades ago. I had a very, very demanding boss who was a stickler for detail. She was very detail-minded, and basically, I just didn't like the job. I wasn't good at it. I'm definitely creative, and I wasn't suited to a purely admin role, although I like to be organised if I can. I've kind of got two halves of my brain. One half is trying to be organised and just logical thinking, and the other side is the insane side. But I think a lot of people will probably feel the same way that I do. Do you hate hearing people lick their lips when they talk or swallow? I do. I hate it in podcasts. But sadly, unfortunately, we are all human beings and we have mouths that require lubrication. I was thinking just before I started this that being a human being existing on this planet is weird. But weird is a word that is grossly overused in today's common parlance. And I still feel, though, that it's weird. Because I say that being a human being is weird, but I have nothing to compare it to because I'm a human being and I haven't been a fish, for example, or I haven't been an ant in a colony. I haven't been a superhero. I don't know what being a human being feels like in comparison to other organisms. But I still feel like it's weird. Like we have two eyes, if you're lucky, a nose, a mouth, teeth, and a parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. And we can sense the world around us, and we walk around, we shop, we have conversations, we get angry, frustrated, happy. I've had this weird feeling in my head for the last few weeks, and I can't tell if it's a headache or whether it's just me becoming aware of my own head, because I have a big head and carrying it around can be a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes, or should I say a pain in the neck, pain in the head. But I really can't complain. I'm relatively healthy, which is great. I'm grateful for that. And generally, I'm a pretty, I don't know if I'd say happy person, and I don't know if I'd say sad person. I'd probably say I'm somewhere in between. I can be very happy and I can be very sad. I guess it depends on what moment you catch me in. So catch me in a good mood, guys, if you want to have a good time. And I have a debate pretty regularly with a friend of mine on the subject of whether or not emotions are under our control. He is firmly in the camp of emotions are out of our control. Emotions just happen to us. They occur and we have no control over them. And I see this point of view sometimes, and sometimes I don't. By the way, guys, don't expect me to be truthful or factual. I'm going to try and tell you the truth from the way I see it, but I'm certainly just a human being, and words are sometimes a poor way of communicating ideas, even though they're the best way we have, I guess, but they're just so linear and often are quite clumsy when expressing the magnitude of this moment right now, because this moment I'm experiencing right now is pretty grandiose. There's a lot of info going into my nervous system. I'm sensing a lot. And anyway, back to whether or not emotions are under your control or not. Well, in a sense, we are our emotions, are we not? We are our emotions as they are happening. So we have to go back to I control my emotions. Well, what do you mean by I? Because I think it's becoming more and more widespread, the notion that the self is kind of an illusion. It's a construct. It's a way of organizing ourselves in a society, because we've all decided that society is better than roaming the savannah waiting to get eaten by a mob of hungry lions. So in a society, I have to say hello, I am Jack, I am 27, I was born in Melbourne, raised in Gippsland, Victoria. and I'm a male, and there are all these terms that we need to use to kind of play the game of society. But the thing about games is they can be very, very absorbing. We can get lost in our game, and sometimes I feel it's important. Not sometimes, I always feel it's important to have moments where we remember that deep down, when you take away all the names, all the terminology, all the pigeonholing that we do habitually because we're human beings and we live in a society, it's important to remember that we are not really singular entities. We are who we are in relation to our external environment. So it's just cool to remember that, because it's often emotions, going back to emotions, they can be quite all-consuming for me especially. They often have a lot of power. So if you look at it in the context if you look at it in comparison to, say, weather, emotions, they come and go. I'm speaking complete nonsense at the moment, but just if you're listening to this in your car, or you're listening to this while you're going to sleep, just don't expect there to be any kernels of wisdom that you can abide by, or that you can live your life by. I certainly, I don't really know what I'm doing, but that's kind of the fun of doing stuff, isn't it? So my penis is 6 inches long, erect, which is kind of average. I used to have an insecurity about the penis size. I used to whip out the measuring devices and just see how I was faring in the penis size department. Because for some reason I had this idea that women, it's probably informed by the copious amounts of porn I watched between the ages of 13 and 25. I mean, I still watch porn, but definitely not as much. Maybe I had this idea that a penis had to be, a big throbbing cock. But I've been in enough male showers and I've been in enough bathhouses that I know that dicks come in all shapes and sizes, and a lot of them are fucking tiny. And a lot of them are gross looking. Like, penises, they're pretty gross, but again, I say that penises are gross, but I don't have anything else to compare it to, because a penis is a penis because it is reproductive in function. It functions as a reproductive organ. So it looks like that for a reason. So when I say a penis is gross, what am I saying? Am I saying in comparison to, say, a flower? Or in comparison to a newborn baby's face? Because you could make an argument that a penis is grosser than a newborn baby's face, but you could also make a counter argument that a penis is more beautiful than a newborn baby's face. I don't know which is which. I don't know what the right answer is. I don't even know why I'm asking the question, but who cares? Really, who cares? Because you're in the moment you're in, and I'm in the moment I'm in, and we're sharing this moment together. This is what my heart sounds like, I guess, guys. This is what because I'm trying to go deep. I'm trying to go deep into who I am because, I don't want to waste your time, but you're the one who's listening to this, so, I hope you're enjoying it, but in a sense I don't care because I'm just doing this because I had the idea of doing it, and now I'm doing it. I have a few insecurities. I have an insecurity about, I want to appear smart, and I want to appear learned, and I want to appear like I have a grasp on reality, but I don't really. I'm very, I can be very shittily spoken a lot of the time, and my mind, I don't think I have an extraordinary mind at all. I think my mind, it pops out the occasional interesting thought now and then, but often it's just humdrum in there. It's just, or often it's not really anything. Often I don't really think of anything particularly interesting. And a lot of the time I'm not even in a really great mood. I'm just in a kind of life, just a neutral mood, but it's better than a fucking terrible mood, which I've been in many times in my life. So neutral mood, I can handle that. I remember when I first discovered smoking pot, it was a great revelation, because you smoke it and suddenly you feel amazing. But I sense that my relationship with weed is changing. It's changing a bit in that I feel like my high personality and my sober personality are kind of converging into one. Because there's not really that much of a difference between being high and being sober. It's more just feeling good. So do whatever makes you feel good, everybody, because what makes you feel good can change. It changes over time. I feel like I used to, like I say, watch a lot of porn and enjoy masturbating a lot. When I was 13, 14, I'd masturbate. I remember one day masturbating 7 times in a day, and that's just silly. That's just going to turn your penis into raw, red, searing, painful sausage. So you don't need to masturbate that much, really. But porn has definitely influenced me, and I have an inkling that it's influenced my entire generation. There's a whole group of dudes and ladies walking around that have watched a lot of people fuck. A lot of people fuck, and a lot of really hot people fuck. And what that does is it raises your expectations and raises your standards about what you consider beauty to be. And it sucks. It sucks for both women and men, I think, because we don't want to fuck anybody we find ugly. Because who we find ugly is a majority of the population. And that's something kind of sad about that. I don't know why. I mean, I think it'd be a nicer world if ugly people got to fuck more. Tinder is a pretty depressing thing for a lot of people. I know a lot of people I know go in and out of Tinder. They say stuff like, I'm on Tinder now, or I'm off Tinder. And you delete it, and then you fucking add it again when you get lonely. The thing about Tinder is Tinder does let you know how hot you are objectively, in a way. Like, I figured out, I think I'm about a 6 or a 7 on the hot scale. maybe I'm being generous. I reckon 6. It's a 6. Like I don't want to fucking denigrate myself. But a lot of fucking hot people on Tinder, and you swipe on them, and when you don't get a response, you get a bit bummed out. But what did you expect? Like, you get what you deserve in a way. In a way, like sometimes I think there's an inherent logic to everything. There's a reason why everything happens. Just often the reason is very complex, and it can't be articulated so easily with words. Because words are they're a bitch. I mean, they're a great communication tool, and you can get pretty close, but you'll never be able to describe the moment with just words or with music. To me, the best, greatest artist there will ever be is the present moment. If you can invent, and I feel like artists, all we're trying to do is trying to express as best we can the moment, or a moment. And the day that we beat the moment at making art, like we invent virtual reality or something that's better than this moment, then I don't know what's going to happen. I got no fucking idea, but I'll be dead by the time that happens probably, so I don't have to worry. So as it stands right now, the moment, like I often think when I'm just looking out there, like I'm looking at this tree and the wind blowing its leaves, and I often think if this was in a museum, if just what I see out there was in a museum, people would fucking line up around the fucking block just to watch the sun shine on that tree and the wind blow through the leaves and watch all the leaves dance. People would line up around the block to watch that. And that's a cool thing to realize. Because often I'm trying to get away from the moment, you know, with chemicals, or, you know, walking around, or like, you know, trying to run, or like, you know, fucking handstand, or fucking just like make a song, or like play guitar. You so often want to fucking get away from it, but there is something in just sitting in it and feeling it. But I'm definitely not a fucking guru. I'm a fucking human being. And sometimes I think, oh fuck, am I appreciating this moment? Like, oh, I should be appreciating this moment more. Like, oh, there's something I'm missing in this moment. There's something I need to realize, or there's something that I need to understand or glean, or this moment is deeper than I am sensing it. But maybe there isn't. Maybe I'm doing it all the time. I'm appreciating the moment. No matter what you do, you appreciate the moment. Maybe this is some Russell Brand-esque waffly bullshit, but it's cool to be alive. I say that again. I say it's cool, it's great to be alive in comparison to what? I don't know anything other than what it's like to be alive in this moment. And I don't even know that well. So to say life is anything, to describe life in any way is kind of fucking, it's false. Like, I had this thought the other day that maybe all opinions are wrong. Like, opinions, and including my opinion about opinions, they're all wrong. Is that true? Do you reckon that's true? Do you reckon all opinions are wrong? Even the opinion about opinions being wrong? I don't know, like, for example, if you say like, oh, I love chocolate. Is that opinion true or false? Now, a scientist, a fucking nerdy virgin scientist would get out his fucking apparatus and he'd fucking analyze the fuck out of that statement. No, let's go back. I love chocolate. Now, we can go into your brain when you're eating chocolate, and the scientist, the virgin, can get it like an MRI scanner, and he can scan your brain and he can analyze the way your chemicals behave. I didn't want to even lean away when I burped then. I just fucking burped right in your ear. I don't give a fuck. We can analyze your brain when you're eating chocolate and say, oh yeah, your chemicals, your serotonin is increasing. But we still don't know what it feels like when you eat chocolate. So, and it all depends on what we mean by love. Like, you know how every time you like every time you have a fucking opinion, you say shit like, oh, define, like everything needs to be defined. Jordan Peterson does that a lot.
Define it. Define what you mean by love. You say you love chocolate. Define what you mean by love and define what you mean by chocolate.
And that's a rabbit hole as soon as you start doing that, because then you start getting into semantics and it's kind of fucking, it's never ending. So maybe we can say the truest statement we can say about any given moment is happening. Not even something's happening, but just happening. There's happening going on. I think that would be a hard thing to refute. Like if you wanted to have a debate about whether or not something's happening right now. Because even if you believe that like life's not real, you know how people say, some people go simulation, it's a simulation, or it's a fucking whatever it is, it's happening, like it's moving. Like, I mean, it'd be hard to debate, no, this moment is still, this is still, like, it's fucking happening. There's shit moving around, stuff, whatever you want to call it. Just the fucking interconnected fucking web of fucking shit. I don't know what it is. Let's bring it down to the fucking, to a coarse level, to a dirty level. Bring it back down to reality. Diarrhea comes and goes. It is like the ocean, diarrhea, and it often is like an ocean. Like it's hefty. Sometimes it's the volume of the Pacific Ocean coming out of my anus, but that's, fuck, I was about to say that's life. Yeah, that is life. It's a fucking cliche, but when people say that's life, I guess they mean that's life. It gets good and it gets shit sometimes. Anyway, I'll talk about more shit about me personally. I have had a few romantic relationships in my life. I'm single at the moment. I had a girlfriend. My first girlfriend I had at the age of, I think I was 14, turning 15. I think it's just when I turned 15. And it was a glorious time. And the beautiful thing about the first girlfriend is like, you have nothing to compare it to because no one's ever fucking kissed you, no one's ever fucked you, no one's ever touched your dick. You've never seen actual tits before other than your mum's, so you've got nothing to compare it to, so everything's amazing. And I remember Steph, I'll fucking use her name, Steph. We got together at French class at school. I went to Scotch College. Yeah, I went to Scotch. There's a price you pay for going to Scotch. It's not just the 20 grand your mum and dad shell out. It's also people going, "Oh, we're Scotchy, fucking Scotchy." So I met this girl Steph at school at French class, and we hung out, and it was fun. No, it was French class, and it was the first time I'd ever started like talking to women, and it was exciting because I was learning kind of what it means to be funny, and you know the art of charm. And back then it was like, so I talked to Steph, and we got to talking, and it was just exciting, all these fucking new feelings, and you know, you're blossoming in a way as a person. So yeah, we'd talk, and then I remember when we started thinking about romance, I remember that we planned the first kiss. Fuck, we were pretty aspy, pretty OCD about that. We planned that we'd go to the movies, Nancy Drew, 2007, and we would go there and we would make out in the movies. We planned this beforehand on MSN Messenger because that's what we did back then. And so we planned this, and I remember being so nervous, so excited. Nerves and excitement, they're often interchangeable words. I remember being so excited walking to the Rivoli Cinema in Camberwell, and I think we went to Cinema 3, I believe. You know, we went there, and I remember making sure to pick a time when there weren't many people there, and I think there was one other person in the cinema. We went in there and we sat in the back left corner, and I didn't give a fuck about Nancy Drew. It was just, we started watching it, and I remember pretending to watch it for like 5 minutes. And then we just both looked at each other and we were like, we know it's coming, so let's dive in. And we dove in and we started kissing. And to me, the first kiss is more powerful than the first sex. Because the kiss, it's pretty fucking intimate. It's like you're sticking your fucking tongue in someone else's mouth, and they're sticking their tongue in yours. But it's just, it's a feeling that I think you only get once in your life. The first kiss, it feels like that for a reason. I still kind of remember it, and we ended up making out on the ground of the aisle of the cinema, like on the fucking chewing gum laden carpet. And I remember feeling her tits for the first time, and one tit was bigger than the other, and I didn't care. They were like, these were real life tits for the first time. And we went to the park and made out some more, and had a pretty fun relationship for about a year, and broke up because I think she thought I was making out with someone else. But pretty fun stuff. Romance, love. It's a when at the start it's great. At the start it's fucking great. But yin and yang, it means that the end is going to be really, really, really shit. And you can't separate the two. You can't take away the good and the bad. You can't. I think generally speaking, we can say that as a society, everyone is trying to reduce the badness of their lives and increase the goodness. And generally, I think what we consider good and bad are pretty fucking similar across all countries, cultures. There might be a few discrepancies here and there, but generally speaking, you know, what do we all want? We want fucking full bellies. We want shelter. We want peace. Not to get shot on the street. We want love and friendship and some kind of fun, music, art, pleasant surprises. And you know, we try every business, every kind of group. Fuck, group's very vague, but you know, every business is like, you know, the basic premise of all advertising is here's a problem and here's a solution. Do you have this problem? We have the solution. So we're trying to reduce problems, and I mean, that's why I kind of like advertising, because it's the ultimate fantasy. Everyone in advertising is high energy, they're positive, they're fucking happy, they're excited about things, and they're just always smiling. And even when like somebody dies, like even in those funeral insurance ads where it's like a couple and they're talking about one of them fucking dying, but they're still like, I just want to have our affairs in order. I'm glad. And then they get their affairs in order and they go, I'm so glad that we got those affairs in order, darling. Now I can die happily. And that's a beautiful thing. But we get glimpses of that in reality, in life. But life has an undeniable bad element. There's stuff that we don't like about life generally. We don't like death or, you know, various ways of causing death, like murder, car accidents. We don't like disease. I mean, a lot of the stuff's related to dying, like the stuff we don't like. We don't like death. We don't like feeling bad. We don't like thirst or hunger or the 7pm project. Like, there are a lot of things that tie us all together. We're tied together in our dislikes. But I don't know, I have a kind of a theory or just a feeling that the more you repress the bad elements, the more they build up and they pop out. They pop up somewhere else. Like with this shooting that happened in New Zealand, I don't know. I feel like my vibe from the dude, from the little, I mean, I don't want to, I hate listening to the news, but obviously we can say this dude had a lot of hate in his heart for a particular group of people, and it could have been for any group, but this particular guy had a lot of hate in his heart. And in the contemporary Western society in which we live, if you live in the West, there's not a lot of outlets for that. There aren't many outlets for that hate. If you say, I hate a particular group, no one wants to hear that. So if you have no outlet for that hate, it's going to build up and blow out somewhere. I'm not a psychologist or fucking have any authority, but that's just the gut feeling I have. Because when bad shit like that happens, when we call someone an evil monster, I saw a picture of that dude and I can see myself in him. Like, had I not been raised with love and care, like I had a lot of hate in my heart when I was a teenager, and had the wrong things happen to me, and had the hate I have for whatever group been building up and had been cultivated, I could have easily shot up my school. Like, I had a lot of resentment for the kids that I thought were popular. And what I'm saying is there's a monstrous aspect to all of us. Like, even if you think you're a really good person, because I don't know what your mind is like, but when you listen to your fucking thoughts and your consciousness, there's a lot of crazy shit that goes on there, and it's not all good. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Like, we might say to ourselves that we're good and we don't have any bad thoughts and we're not evil and we care about the world, but I've got parts of myself which make me a fucking prick. Like, I'm selfish. Even if I come off as doing stuff for other people, it is selfish, but that, like, we're all selfish. Like, you go out, drive your car on the fucking freeway, that's a bunch of selfish cunts on the freeway. It's a bunch of selfish cunts going, I need to get where I'm going faster than you, so fuck you. Like, here's a story that happened that illustrates that I'm an asshole. I was once DJing a friend of mine's wedding, and I was DJing, having a great time, smoked a bit of weed while I was DJing, and I was there, I wasn't getting paid, I was there purely as a friend, and I was DJing, and we were on a boat, we were on the top deck of a boat, and I was DJing, and I hadn't taken into account that it was very windy, and I had my PA speakers, one to the left and one to the right of me, and I started DJing. It was fun, great, and then the wind blew, and the speaker to my left fell over and hit a poor, undeserving lady, as far as I know. I don't think she was evil, but really nice, just a guest at the wedding. The speaker fell and hit her in the head and cracked her skull a little bit, and she started bleeding a lot, and I was obviously distraught, and it was slow motion. It often happens when something terrible happens to you. You see it in slow motion. I saw the fucking speaker, and I was just looking at it going, I definitely can do nothing to stop that speaker from falling. And it fell and cracked this lady in the skull. She was bleeding everywhere, bleeding quite a lot, and I was fucking mortified. And the reason I was mortified was my first thought was, fuck me, I'm gonna have to go to court for this. Like, I wasn't thinking about the woman, I was thinking about my fucking the legal shitstorm of police and lawyers and court cases and manslaughter charges that I would have to go through. And that's what I felt bad about. Secondary, then I started thinking about the lady. Because I did care about her, because I didn't fucking want to hurt anybody at the DJ gig. But the primary concern was myself, my primary concern. And it was kind of hard after that, because I thought I may have killed this woman. Luckily, she was okay. You know, I was fucking happy about that. But no one else blamed me, which was awesome. Like, everyone at the party was really cool. But what I'm trying to illustrate is that my first thought was about myself. my primary concern, and I can only speak for myself, but I feel like a lot of people are like that, if not everyone. Like, who would we say are the most selfless group of society? Off the top of my head, parents, because we think parents care about their children more than they care about themselves. And that is true kind of in a way, but when you look into the reason why they care about their kids more than themselves, you come to the realization that they ultimately do care about themselves the most, because their kids are them if they have their children biologically. If you have a child that has your DNA, you care about your child because you care about you. You care about your DNA, and you want that DNA to go forth. You want that DNA to live on past your own death. So you're caring about something because it will live on past you. I'm not a parent. I have no fucking idea. Again, guys, don't fucking take any of what I'm saying as truth. I am speaking from the heart. I said from the start, and you're probably asleep by now. This is made mainly for people who are on long drives or who want to fall asleep or just want an hour and 40 minutes roughly of entertainment. I don't know if this is entertainment, but you know, it's my consciousness. It's a stream of consciousness. I'm touching my penis right now. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm doing something official, I guess. Oh, the wind is still blowing. The weather today is temperamental as fuck. It's like a bad girlfriend. Oh, not a bad girlfriend. It's just a moody girlfriend. She goes up and down. She goes up and down. Who am I? Good question. I could say I'm 27, I'm a male, I live in Gippsland, I eat chocolate sometimes. But does that really encapsulate who I am? Not really. I've still got another fucking 50 minutes to go, guys, and I'm gonna absolutely plow through it. I'm here till the end. I don't really... Wow. See, just a wave of like, fuck, what am I doing? Just came over me. Just a wave of, what the fuck am I doing? Because I'm pretty worried about my career at the moment, guys. I'm not really making any money from it. I mean, that's not the reason I got into art, to make money. I got into art because writing songs gave me a great feeling. Like the first time getting into the studio and learning about production, getting high and feeling the music and your mind expanding. It's such a great time and such a precious time. And lately I've just had a bit of writer's block. Probably is part of the reason why I'm doing this fucking stream of consciousness stuff. But I've had writer's block because I've been trying to write songs, but they don't really give me the juice. They don't really give me the feelings I once had. I just kind of, maybe the price you pay for playing music and diving into music is that you lose sight, or you forget about the magic of it. You sometimes go through periods where you can't hear or feel the magic from music. Like one of my favorite things used to be getting high and just walking around listening to music. And like the first time I went to Amsterdam, that was a very, very special time in that I remember just getting high all day and listening to one song like 50 times, and I haven't done that since. It was Hurricane Drunk by Florence and the Machine, and it's one of their B-sides. It's not like a famous song of theirs by any means, but it was just the song that caught my attention at the right time. And I just loved it, and I just played it over and over again. High, mushrooms, fucking just chemically out of my mind, and listening to this music and feeling new parts of my brain expanding, and it's just, I'm grateful that I got to experience that. But yeah, lately, like I've been writing songs, and you know, I'd love to experience that joy again, that high again. But I think, you know, there's a time and a place for everything, and I'm a different person now. Even it was only 5 or 6 years ago, but you change pretty fast. Shit happens to you pretty fast, and that kind of is what keeps life exciting. But you got to find new ways to get your juice out of life, and I guess I'm just searching for new ways. But I'm happy you're listening to me. I don't really have a lot to say, guys. I mean, I'm just a fucking dude who sits around and lives life and experiences things and worries about money and worries about using your time productively. I really don't think I'm very different to anybody else. Like, when we say someone's unique, we're generally pretty fucking similar, I think. As Ramsey and I always say, we're slight variations of the same cunt. Like, have you ever seen someone in public and gone, oh, that looks pretty much exactly the same as someone I already know, like a doppelganger? That's because, like, we're all, like, pretty much each other's cousins, aren't we? Like, we're all fucking incestual. We're all descendants of one fucking organism that spontaneously came into being like 4 billion years ago, aren't we? I'm not a scientist, but all life shares at least one trait. So when you look at it, when you next look at like an insect or an amoeba or a sponge, you can say, that's me. I'm really not that different to a sponge. You know, what else do I have to say to you? I cut my mullet off. I had a mullet for how long? 2.5 years. And last year I ended a very, very serious relationship. Serious because I made it very serious. I proposed marriage very early. After 3 months of knowing this great person. After 3 months, because I think what happened is I met her at a time when I really wanted to fall in love with somebody. I really wanted to fall in love, and she was there. And we did fall in love. Like, I think, I know it definitely was love, but I was definitely seeking love. And I proposed early and fucked myself, basically. Raised her expectations and then realized that I couldn't meet them. So I thought, either you stay here and love the person or you leave. And I chose to leave. And it's shitty. It's shitty leaving, but I don't have anything to say after that. It's just fucking, it happened. And now my view on love is I'd like it to happen more organically. Let it happen a bit more. I've tried to force a lot of shit in my life, and it's like when you're trying to force a fucking weed plant to bud early. Like you can't. You gotta fucking let nature do what it does, and it's going to do what it does whether or not you exist, so you might as well just let it flow, let it happen. And when you see people in love, like genuinely in love, it is a beautiful thing. I love watching couples. But I find it, do you think breakups, when you break up with someone, they reverberate around other relationships? Like, if especially if it's unexpected. Someone goes, hey, did you hear Jeff and Diane broke up? Fuck, they were so happy. Yeah. And then they go, well, we're not going to break up. Fucking we're solid. This isn't a podcast. I haven't thrown in the towel yet, guys, on my art, and decided to do a podcast. I still have faith in my art, but one day I probably will. Like many artists who get bored of their art, start some fucking worthless podcast. I'll probably call it the Worthless Podcast. And I will talk to people much like this, I guess, but I guess I'll have someone to bounce off. Fuck, there's no mystery anymore. People share exactly what the fuck they're doing at any given moment, like I'm doing now. So where the fuck is the mystery, guys? Where's the excitement? If someone is fucking recording an album, they'll fucking record the album. They'll fucking Instagram while they record the album, like, and it's just because I guess people, the expectations of people in regards to entertainment have increased quite a lot, and it's hard to compete. It's really hard to compete with when you're just one guy, like I am. When you're just one guy. And I'm bitching right now. Yeah, I'm going to bitch. This is my time. It's nearly an hour in. We got 40 more minutes to go. And, it's really hard to compete with, like a whole team of people, like, or an Apple computers, like, because any business or artist or anybody, I mean, unless they just want to fucking make shit in their bedroom, they want attention on their products. They want eyeballs on their product. And when you're trying to get attention on your product, it makes sense. It's very hard to compete with Apple computers because Apple is a fucking gigantic corporation with millions of fucking... They have millions of employees, or like at least thousands of people working for them, thousands of people's worth of resources. But I hate when artists bitch about not getting fucking views or streams or whatever the fuck. Like, part of me wants to bitch about it, but part of me also says, harden the fuck up, sweetheart. Write some better songs. Write some better jokes. Do something innovative, raise the standard of the art form. So I'm in kind of two minds. Like, I have sympathy for artists, but also I'm I'm like competitive as fuck. So I don't know, but I'm gonna keep putting shit out, I guess. I just hope I find a way to enjoy writing songs again. Maybe I've got to change up my approach. Do it with some interesting new people. But how are you? How are you right now? Are you happy? I hope you are. I hope Genuinely. I'm not just saying that. I hope you feel good, because if you feel good, you're probably going to do better stuff. You're going to do your job better. You're going to be a better parent, child, / employee / lover / friend. So feeling good, fucking awesome. But I hate when MCs at comedy nights, when they say, "Are we feeling good? Are we feeling good? Let's get the energy up. Are we feeling good? Yeah. We're feeling great? Yeah. We're feeling awesome? Yeah. Let's get that energy up. Come on, more energy. Yeah. Let's keep that energy going." It's like, we're giving you enough energy. You give us the energy. We're here to sit and fucking twiddle our thumbs and maybe laugh if you're funny. And part of my fucking problem, I think a reason why I haven't been successful, guys, is because I can't commit to one art form. Like, if I was just a comedian, people would know what the fuck I am. They'd say, "Oh, he's a comedian." But I'm kind of all over the fucking place, because my mind is all over the place, and I get bored of art forms very fast. So I don't know what that means. It means I'll live in obscurity forever, but that's not so bad. I think chasing fame is kind of vacuous as fuck, but I can't help but get a little bit jealous when I see a 15-year-old on Instagram with 20 million followers. Like, who the fuck is following a 15-year-old? Who, I guess, are the 15-year-olds? Because no one else would give a fuck about a 15-year-old's opinion. 15-year-olds really shouldn't be allowed to have opinions. I think from the age of maybe 25, that's when you can start having opinions. Like, I definitely had opinions way too early. You should just, if you're smart, you would just shut the fuck up till you're 25. Just absorb. Just listen. Because fucking teenagers, they talk a lot for people that have nothing to say. Because they don't know anything. I mean, they might know some stuff. Oh, I'm being a bit harsh on teenagers, but fuck, I'm a walking paradox. I'm a walking fucking contradiction. Again, don't take what I'm saying seriously, guys. Take the bits you want to take seriously, but fuck off the other stuff. Yeah, so some people, social media, that's a new thing. A social media influencer, that's a big deal now. Like, people give little slices of their life. Like, the thing about Instagram, it's like quick fucking videos, like no time, no investment, just fucking quick. And it's hard to go deep into that shit. It's hard to go deep into a 1-minute video, and I like going deep into shit. I mean, I find it hard to watch shit on the internet now because there's so much fucking shit. And I'm the culprit. Like, I'm a reason why there's so much shit. This is more shit going on the internet. So I don't know what the answer is. I'm just doing this, guys. I'm just putting more data on the already overcrowded, oversaturated fucking marketplace, because maybe it'll make someone fucking feel something. I don't know. But certainly there are people that have way more fucking influence than me, and they've got like millions and millions of people watching their 1-second videos. And yeah, like I said, it's hard to go deep. Oh, fuck. Earlier, do you ever have a moment where you're watching something and you go, this is garbage going into my brain? This is worthless fucking garbage. I was watching the Netflix movie of the story of Motley Crue, and I'm like, that band had one fucking good song, Kickstart My Heart. The rest, fucking shit. Why are these fucking, like, this B-grade kind of shit band getting a movie made about them? And maybe it's because we're fucking running out of stories. Like, we have a lot of people, like, there's so many biopics, movies about stories that happened, that, like, we're running out of them. So fucking producers go, what's a biopic? Motley Crue? Fuck it. Motley Crue. Let's make a fucking movie about that shitty 80s band. Yeah, fuck it. Netflix, give us some cash. Cheers. So, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what entertainment's getting fucking bananas. It's getting fucking bananas. Like, a lot of stuff has changed over time, like about living. Like, entertainment has become so fucking technologically advanced. I mean, a lot of stuff has become technologically advanced, but like, we have these little things in our pockets that can communicate to potentially every human being on Earth. But still, I don't think the art of a good old-fashioned conversation has gone out of style. People still like to talk, I think. Go into any fucking restaurant, you'll hear cunts talking. Oh, you'll see people on their phone. Some people just love the phone more than reality, more than like this reality. But you know, I whatever floats your boat, whatever you enjoy. But when talking, a good conversation, I mean, there aren't many things in life that are as good as that. Like a heart to heart, because they're pretty rare, you know? They're pretty rare because, you know, I don't know about you, but as I'm moving through life, you know, I find there are certain times I don't want to invest myself. I don't want to open up. I have a closed heart, especially when I'm in public. I try not to make too much eye, especially if I'm like in a rush or need to move. You can't connect too deeply with people. But then sometimes you're walking in a restaurant and your fucking eyes will lock onto someone and you'll fucking go, oh, I know what you're feeling. And you go deep. You go deep and you have a heart-to-heart conversation and you talk about how you really feel. I find it hard for some reason talking to someone when I know something shit has happened. Because, you know, a lot of the time no one wants, in my circle, a lot of people don't want to admit they're depressed or sad or fucking admit that their life's shit in some way. Like, I mean, they'll happily bitch about it on social media, but in real, like in public, in talking, how are you? Good. How are you? Good. Like, chances are we're not good. I mean, how often are you good? Maybe you're actually good. But a lot of the time it's like, oh, yeah, my fucking mum died. Yeah. It's shit. But for some reason, if I know someone's experienced a tragedy, I find it fucking hard to address it. Maybe once I experience more tragedies, I'll fucking be able to address it more because I just won't give a fuck. But until then, I don't know. I got a half an hour more, guys. Half an hour more of my consciousness talking. This is just me. I really nonsense. That's mostly what I do. Nonsense. How good is it when you time your shits well? Like when you shit just before you have a shower, you go, it's good for the environment and it's good for me. I don't have to waste toilet paper. Take a nice shit, go straight to the straight to the shower. But sometimes you do shit right after a shower. Anyone ever done that? Shitting right after a shower, it feels so bad because you're like, wow, I'm poor at fucking time management. I'm poor at planning, but that's the nature of your body. Your body, you can't tell your body, I should shit. I mean, I know a lot of people that would love to tell their body when to shit, but the body, it shits when it wants. It shits when it feels like it's sufficiently digested the food, I guess. But some people would definitely love to schedule their shit. Yeah. How long do you reckon the human civilization, human species will be around before it goes extinct? Like I have a feeling that it'll inevitably go extinct. I have a feeling that unless we can colonize space, which a lot of people want to do, we're going to go extinct at some point. I wonder when it'll be. Will it be in 100 years, 1,000 years, 100,000 years, million years, billion years? I honestly have no fucking clue. I think a lot of people, there seems like there's a group of people on Earth that always want the world to end. It's like we want the apocalypse to happen now, and they think it like especially if people talk about, like, Christians will talk about Judgment Day, like, apocalypse is going to happen in one day. Do you think the apocalypse will happen in one day? Like, if anything, it won't. I don't think it'll be as clean as that. I don't think it'll be like people are here, one day happens, and then we're gone. Like, it's a process. Like when the comet hit and killed the dinosaurs, the comet didn't just wipe out every dinosaur like that. Like, it smashed into the earth, and then a cloud of dust happened, and then all this fucking volcano shit happened, or like the sun was blocked out, all the plants died, then the dinosaurs all died because they couldn't eat the plants. But it was a slow process. It didn't happen in a day. So, if it happens, or when it happens to people, humanity, it'll happen gradually, I guess. And I just think, I wonder what the next society, the next species that takes over, I wonder what it'll be. Do you think it'll be like insects or bugs or the same thing? I mean, I heard Richard Dawkins say that it'll be rats. Rats would be hilarious. A ratty world. Imagine that. I think they'd be a lot more honest about being rats. They'd be like, yeah, give me that, fuck you. Fucking, yeah, they'd be really honest. Like, people are basically rats, but we sometimes pretend like we're not rats. We pretend like, I'm a person. I've got beliefs and thoughts and morality, but if someone else is offering to pay for dinner, fuck yeah, fuck you pay. Yeah, you pay. Fucking Time just keeps going on. Time just keeps going on, and I'm trillions of cells talking to you through a microphone. Coming back to that thing, it's pretty weird. Is it weird that I'm talking to you through a mic, and the mic is transmitting my voice through audio gear into the computer, onto the internet, and going into your ears? Wow. And the light just changed. Ooh, the sunlight. Ooh, whoops. The sunlight just went dark. Oh, I love this type of weather. Just fucking unexpected. Unexpected. I really have nothing else more to say, guys. I've got nothing more to say, but I've committed myself to doing this for an hour and 40 minutes, for as long as this track takes. So I'm just going to keep talking. I'm going to keep talking. And if you switch off, that's all good. That's fine. I don't fucking care. This is just my consciousness for an hour and 40 minutes. Who are the most hated groups in society now? Child molesters. Everybody hates them. Everybody hates child molesters. I mean, I think child molesters they're like hated in society, and so society sends them to prison. And even amongst prisoners, I've heard that they are hated. So, like, they can't win. So, does that mean we have to set up a prison specifically for child molesters? It means they won't get killed by other prisoners, but I don't know. I'm definitely glad I'm not in charge of the country. I would have no idea where to start. If I was Prime Minister, what would I do? If I was in charge of this country, I would have a day where it's called Functional Conversation Day, and you can't talk about anything other than logistics. You just have to talk about, at 6 a.m. I will have breakfast. Do you want to meet at 8 a.m. for brunch? Yeah, let's meet at 8 a.m. That's a bit early for brunch. Let's meet at 11 a.m. for brunch. Sure. And then you get to brunch and you sit down and you go, so I'm going to pick up this fork and put it into my food and then I'm going to eat it. Now I'm eating it. And the other person goes, you're eating that. I'm going to eat this. The waitress is coming over. Should we order some coffees? Let's order coffees. We'd like 2 coffees, please, waitress. Okay, I'll get you 2 coffees. In 30 seconds, she'll come with the coffees. Coffee is made up of beans from a plant. Nah, even that's getting too deep. This is purely logistics. Coffees are, when the coffee comes, we will clink our cups together and say cheers. Yes, let's do this. Just that. So everyone does that. I will pay the bill now. Now I am paying the bill. I have paid the bill. I'm leaving your establishment. Leave our establishment. You have paid. Now leave our establishment. Just stuff like that. Just stuff like that. Oh, everybody, like a lot of famous guys are getting in trouble for stuff they did in the past. Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's all right? I don't know. I'm just getting disillusioned with a lot of celebrities. Like, if Hugh Jackman, if they find out that Hugh Jackman's a child molester or that he raped somebody, then I'll totally lose faith. I'll totally lose faith. Oh, how good is it when you don't feel your body? It's nice to feel like nothing. It's nice because then when you walk into the wind and you feel the wind, you just become the wind. You fly in the wind. It's really cool. It's really cool. I wonder if I will be buried or ashes. I guess I'll get to decide if I am aware that I'm dying when I'm dying. I'll be able to plan my own death. And I don't know, I think I'd like to be just thrown in the ground and just let the bugs eat me. Let the bugs eat the fuck out of me. I think that's the hard thing about, one of the hard things about people you love dying, other than them dying, is the fact that, you know, they're being, if they're buried, I get why people like ashes, because it's like clean. It's like they're burned and they're scattered, they're nothing. Whereas if you get buried, you have to imagine your loved one getting fucking eaten by worms and, you know, maggots, and like, it's a bit of a nightmarish kind of image. And but that's what's happening. Like, a mate of mine died 2 years ago. He's being eaten by hungry worms right now, and I think that's what he would have wanted. I think if you're the type of person, that can look on a day like this, wow, The sun, guys, the sun, every ray of sunlight you feel is coming from space. I forget that. I forget how fucking grand that is. Like when you walk out into the sunshine, it's a big ball of gas that's emitting radioactive light. And it's heaps of it. That's another thing. We can disagree about a lot about this reality. We can disagree and say that's not real or whatever. But I think we can all agree that it's pretty fucking big. Big in comparison to a fucking human being. The world and the universe, especially the universe, it's very big. It's a big thing. And maybe the universe, maybe everything there is the only real thing. It's the only thing we can say is a thing because it's everything. Everything maybe is just one thing. But that's all Russell Brandian, fucking hubba bubba, fucking blah-de blah, hippie bullshit, as my dad would say. But the hippie bullshit, it's good sometimes. It's good to be practical sometimes, but the hippie bullshit, it reminds you of how magical life is, and what I'm trying to kind of understand is that like it doesn't feel magical all the time. Life often feels just like a drag, or it's just like a kind of mundane, kind of boring experience, but that is magical in itself. The magic of finding, like it's fucking funny that we can find this existence boring. That's funny. That's a flaw of the human mind, because this fucking existence is so stimulating and and sensual and it's epic. It's an epic tale, this reality. But we find it boring sometimes. We go, fucking, yeah, whatever. Like, and I've done this so many times. I've looked at a tree and gone, yeah, it's a fucking tree, whatever. Yeah, sunshine, fucking, I don't care, I feel bad. And that's, what is that? It's you in that moment of being bored by life. Well, I guess you're going to find it boring sometimes, because, I mean, how do you find something magical if you don't find it boring sometimes? I guess if the universe really is every organism, like if God is every organism in disguise, then sometimes you just want to experience what being bored is like. Like, you know, have you ever like been excited about something, looking forward to something, going, oh, it's going to be great, and you built it up a lot, and then it gets to the thing and you realize it's not as good as you thought it was going to be? Maybe the universe just wanted to experience disappointment. It's weird how we say, and it's not weird, it makes total sense why we say certain emotions are better than others. Like disappointment we don't like disappointment, we like happiness more than disappointment. Yeah. Wow. Sometimes that's all I just say in reality. Wow. Cause I'm just one brain, taking this all in. Oh, I'm not special, but I'm not any worse than anybody else, I don't think. I don't know. I really, I could be more productive. I could definitely work harder. And you can get addicted to those dudes like Tony Robbins, those self-help guys. You can get really addicted to them, and you can procrastinate watching those fucking dudes. Like, if you want to feel productive, just watch. You can watch like 10 hours of Tony Robbins and go, oh, I did something. But if you just watch fucking Tony Robbins and don't achieve anything with the knowledge, you might as well just watch fucking porn, like, because what's the point of ideas about how to like be productive if you're not gonna be productive? I don't know, but I've been on those. I mean, like, I don't think I remember having dreams of being like really rich, but I'm doing art. Chances are I'm not going to be very rich, and that's not bad. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just it'll be. But this is all future planning. This is all future shit, guys. It's all about right now. It's all about right now. Me waffling on, and I have to admit, I got to piss right now, guys. I've got to piss, but I'm gonna hang on for another 14 minutes. If you've made it this far, you're really searching for someone or something. You want to fall in love. I hope you fall in love. I hope, you'd hope that everybody gets the chance to fall in love, but some people just don't get to fall in love because they're ugly, either physically or their personality's ugly. But I get it. Attractive people are attractive. You can't deny that. Just there are some people out in the fucking public who are just really attractive and make everyone feel good when people look at them. Like, a really attractive woman, from my perspective, just gives every male and every female, if they're a lesbian, or even if just everybody likes an attractive woman. I don't know anyone who says I don't like attractive women. Like, if they say they don't like attractive women, it's because they're ugly. That's mainly the reason. Like, if you're within like an attractive woman, everyone in a 20-meter radius gets a shot of serotonin, gets a little boost, at least for me. And I wonder, because I'm not an attractive woman, what gives, like, do attractive women like attractive women? Like, what gives them a boost? Because from their perspective, life must be fucking weird. Sorry, not weird. Life must be a bit of a fucking bummer in that everywhere you go, there's some fucking guy going, oh yeah, fucking yeah. There's some fuckhead, myself included, going, fucking oh, I'd love to be with her. I'd love to be with her. And, I mean, I haven't given up totally getting with an attractive woman, but I don't know. I'll probably end up with some ugly chick. Fucking just pump out a few kids with some ugly chick. That's all right. Have a few more ugly kids walking around. Ugly is such an ugly word, but it's perfect to describe what we all know is true. There are just ugly people. If you're ugly, don't take it out on the rest of the world. Try and improve yourself in other ways, like you can lose weight or get good at the clarinet, whatever. But we're a superficial bunch of human beings. We're a superficial bloody bunch. And how would it be on any other way? I mean, I think ugly people want to make everyone else feel ugly because they feel ugly. They often, if you get a nasty, ugly person, because a lot of the hotter you are, generally the better person you are. I'll say that, not better person, wrong words. Generally, the nicer you are, like the hot people, the really hot people I've met in my life, they've all been really nice because they all like excited and happy and they're nice. And why wouldn't you be nice? Like, everyone treats you really well. And the ugly people, on the other hand, ugly people, pretty nasty. I've met some pretty fucking nasty, ugly people. Haven't met many nasty hot people. Off the top of my head, can't really think of any nasty hot people. I can fucking think of plenty of nasty ugly people. And it makes sense because they're ugly and they get treated bad and they get resentful, hence they become assholes. These are my theories, guys. These are my theories. Who knows if they carry any weight, but you know what? I've got 9 minutes to go. And I'm going to fill those 9 last minutes with utter drivel, utter nonsense. I'm just going to say things that come to mind as they come to mind. Grass, because I'm looking at it. Peanuts. Every person on earth. The figure 8. 50 Shades of Grey. 72. Piles of dung. A cradle. 56. Sex with quintuplets. AIDS. ADHD. Where's Wally? 20 grams. Pineapple. Patience. Irreverence. Loquacious. Is that a word? Pendulum. Pontificate. Actuality. Reverb. Interesting. Tailor-made. Cannonball. Favorite. Sentimental. Quintessential. Palindrome. Oh, what the fuck is that? Quinoa salad. Trend-setting. Fabulous. Whaling. Japan. Crest. Calibrate. Wherewithal. Andromeda. Teenage dirtbag. Salivate. Posthumous. Preamble. Antiquated. Alimony. Simpleton. Evil. Sane. Tracheotomy. Car stereo. Fantastic. Elongate. 76. Candelabra. Picturesque. Pythagoras. Hellboy. Rancid. Flute. Questions. Terrible. Fatuous. Trying too hard. Kettle. Anal beads. First of the month. Pythagoras, already said that. Actuary. law firm, kiss from a devil, fecal matter, abstinence, rape, thinking too hard, Ed Sheeran, Harry Potter, fake tits, newsworthy, Bill Maher, eyes, titties, temperamental, toddler, skinny, estuary, fucking with no condom, above it all, reactive, creative, serendipitous, foreplay, catapult, every day is a good day, Scarface, fat as fuck, always, try not to be such a fucking nerd, killjoy, dancing, club, sexuality, machine gun, glasses, castaway, falsetto, 72 virgins. Already said 72, I think. Pissed off. Wait for it. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Shepherd. Zebra. Eloquent. Curvaceous. Sublime. Totality. 4th of July. Rambunctious. Solipsism. Ancient Greece. Pedophilia. Race car driver. 66. Iron Maiden. Roger Federer. How long has this been going on? Crescendo. Sack. Wallop. Pretentious. Invigorating. Odious. Cancer. Shift. Soliloquy. Alabama. Positive. Pay attention. Hello. 72, already said that. 72's on my mind, obviously. Helicopter. Average. Call of Duty. Telomere. Positive. Asshole. Kept to a minimum. Safety. Levitate. Wait for it. Chevrolet. Answer. Talon. sweetness, age. That's it, guys. That's it.